Hello, welcome to Where Are We Wednesday. I'm Jorie Walters, and can you guess what structure was in Cobb Park way back in the day? Make a guess and do it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Back in the day, there was something called the Riverview Hotel. This was a very elegant hotel that stood not quite in Cobb Park, but in this general vicinity, and I'll let you know all the details and all the pictures I can share with you. Let's start with its location. Many people believe it stood in what is now Cobb Park, but it actually stood just a bit west of Cobb Park in the triangle of land between Chicago, Greenwood, and Park Avenues. It faced the river, what was then the Eastern Illinois Hospital for the Insane, as you can see in this photo. The idea for this hotel began in 1886 as the Riverview Hotel Company, as a joint venture among the investors were James Clark, president of the Illinois Central Railroad, M.E. Ingalls, president of the Big Four Railroad, and of course Emory Cobb. Construction of the hotel began, and soon after, by July 4th weekend 1887, the Riverview Hotel opened. The first and perhaps most profitable event was the Chicago Wholesale Grocers Association picnic. There were about 1,500 people at this gathering. Many stayed overnight, but most made the trip back to Chicago at the end of the day. Why travel all the way from Chicago area on the train to come to a hotel when there were plenty of hotels in the Chicago area? Well, the Riverview was not just a hotel, it was an experience. It sat along the Kankakee River among acres of woods. The 1880s was in the middle of the Gilded Age in America, and the idea of going on vacation was just beginning. And going somewhere where there's beauty and serene surroundings was a great marketing tool. This hotel had a red roof with a distinctive hexagonal tower with 4 towers and a basement. There was a ladies' entrance, veranda that wrapped around part of the building, a parlor, and a beautiful dining room. In the basement level, there was a billiard room, a wine room, smoking alcove, and furnace. The main floor contained the offices, a beautiful dining room, a lavatory, and baggage and check rooms. All of the guest suites had windows where guests could enjoy the outdoors from every room. The large double parlors were furnished with red silk plush furniture made expressively for those rooms, and the floors were covered with moquette rugs. The sleeping apartments were also carpeted and furnished with rich antique oak sets. All rooms had closets, steam press, electric bells for service. Many of the rooms contained fireplaces, and the whole house was heated by steam, which was an entirely new device in the summer resort hotels, but essential with the cool nights and mornings. There were several general bathrooms, and many suites had en-suites and hot and cold water. Hot water was a luxury in a hotel in this time period, and that's one reason why the Riverview was a great experience. And finally, the furniture and floors were all done in the finest Georgia pine. Wood. Remember the word wood. James Lilly was awarded the contract to build the Riverview Hotel at a cost of $80,000. Lilly was a prominent builder in Kankakee, and he had built Emery Cobb's Arcade building as well as the Eastern Illinois Hospital for the Insane. They didn't overlook a thing. Even the dining room serviceware was engraved with the Riverview name. There was only one very important but very strict rule to be followed. Wine was served with dinner only. No person shall bring any sort of liquor onto the premises, nor shall any person come back from a day enjoying the city in a drunken state. The operating manager of the establishment, Mr. Jewett Wilcox, was there to make sure that every guest was well cared for and to enforce the rules. Now let's explore the outdoor activities guests could do. There was lawn bowling, lawn tennis, or croquet on the hotel grounds. Guests could go for a boat ride on one of Captain William Gallagher's steamers or on a canoe. There was a stop right down in front of the hotel. Captain Gallagher also ran a picnic area that was downstream almost to where Aroma Park is today, called Gallagher's Grove. That was a wonderful day trip for the guests. They could also go down about 10 blocks to Electric Park. That was an amusement park owned by Emery Cobb. What made this venue different from Gallagher's was the new invention and the installation of electric lights so that people could attend events during the day, even events like concerts or plays. Guests could go into town courtesy of a hotel via horse-drawn wagon. I say into town because of the downtown Kankakee to the Riverview by car takes several minutes, so by carriage it would take a bit of a ride. I will also note that the carriage would also meet and drop off guests at the railroad station, which was a few more blocks west of downtown. In Kankakee, there were many theaters, stores, and restaurants for a day out or a night on the town, and one more amenity in Cobb's Woods. For those guests who truly wanted to experience a quiet, beautiful, natural setting, a walk in the woods along the river was the answer. Although this hotel was considered a success overall, it was not immune to the boom and the bust of the economy. For the first several years, besides heavy guests, they also hosted many gatherings and private parties. Being invited to one of these parties was very desirable, but for all the advertising and package deals for railroad and room rates, the Riverview Hotel began having some very slim years. Emery Cobb remodeled some of the floor plan to include a luxury apartment, and he and his family and some prominent people in the community lived there year-round. The hotel, in all of its elegance and welcoming atmosphere, came to a tragic end in November 1897. About 2:30 a.m., Mr. Cobb was awakened by the smell of smoke coming from the kitchen area. He quickly alerted the staff and assisted with evacuating all the residents. There were about 40 people in the building, and everyone made it out safely, minus a few injuries. At this point in history, fire protection and bringing water to put out fires was still by carriage, so the fire had burned out by the time the firemen arrived. Now, remember the word wood. Well, this beautiful hotel furnished with the finest wood burned in 1 hour because of the wood except for the granite chimneys and basement walls. The one question that people have been asking about this particular fire is how it started, and most anyone can say is spontaneous combustion. Now, what happened after the fire? Well, looters were through looting what was salvageable. There was little left to collect. The Kankakee County Museum has just a few pieces from the fire. The Riverview Hotel Company cost for building was about $80,000, but was just $20,000 insurance coverage, with about $90,000 in losses. They chose not to rebuild. So that covers the history of the Riverview Hotel. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Where Are We Wednesday.